what are the major elements that we've seen as we're doing the ranking. Some of the main conclusions. There are many, many conclusions more that you can get from this ranking, but the main thing that we've seen is the following. First of all, USA is another league. It's like totally the gap between the USA and the second ranked country, United Kingdom, is absolutely giant. Also, the US cities are extremely dominant. So anyone speaking about the USA startup ecosystem going down and being replaced by others, we have seen no, and it's all numbers. We've seen no one that can even come close, I think, in the next 5, 10, 20 years. One of the interesting things that we've seen is that small countries can have great startup ecosystem, and the ranking is pretty high. So I'm going back to the slide that I've shown before. So you can see over here, number 4, Israel, a small country. Sweden, also a relatively small country, at number 6. Switzerland at 7. Denmark, Singapore at 10. Estonia. So those are very, very small countries that, although they're small, and maybe even because they're small, they manage to rank very high. So it's something interesting and optimistic for the smaller startup ecosystems out there. We've also seen that the native English-speaking countries have an advantage. We've seen that USA, Canada, and United Kingdom are the top 3, and for a good reason. It's easier for them to go and penetrate global markets because they know the language. It's much easier. Apparently, the people trust them also better when you say you're a startup from the USA or Canada or United Kingdom. Apparently, it opens more doors than saying you're a startup in Armenia, for example. So they do have an advantage for the branding and, of course, because of the language. Europe is doing very well. 20 out of 30 countries in the rankings are in Europe, which is showing how powerful Europe is. Asia is also doing very, very well. Singapore is at number 10, China at 12, South Korea at 17, Japan at 20. So you can see a lot of basically presence of Asian countries which are doing great. Those are no longer developing countries, so that's pretty interesting to see. The two disappointing continents, according to our research, are Latin America. You can see here Mexico is the first in Latin America, ranked number 30. It's leading the Latin American countries. Then you have Chile, Argentina, and Brazil, all in the from 30 to 40. And Africa is also not doing that well. Only 4 representatives in the top 60, when South Africa is the first at number 38. So you can see really dominance by North America at the top spots, then Europe and Asia mixed there as well, and a little bit of underperforming ecosystems in Latin America and in Africa.